What if I told you that every successful person you know has no idea what they're doing? I've mentored hundreds of people, I've built the businesses, I've made the money, I've spoken on the stages, I've checked all the boxes society tells you to check, and I was still completely lost on how to really reach that true level of success and confidence within myself. After years and years of not feeling like I was enough, I came to a realization. I had been lied to about what it truly took to become successful, and it was completely destroying my growth. If you've ever felt stuck despite working so hard or wondering why your talent wasn't enough, here's the truth. Today I'm going to show you exactly how I brainwashed myself into becoming successful and how I use these 5 mental shifts to completely transform how I think and move. But it's not what you think. The first step is overcoming your fear. Everybody has fear. It's because our brains are constantly in survival mode due to the reptilian part of our brain. The only thing that separates people is what they do with their fear. Some people feel nervous, or they have the fear of failure, temporary discomfort get in the way of them ever pursuing their dreams, and that's how they make their decisions for their life, based off of fear. Whereas on the other side, there's people who understand they have fear and do it anyway. Because the truth is, fear is one of the most talked about, yet the least explored emotions, because everybody can say, I'm scared. What if it doesn't happen? Not a lot of people can say, I'm scared. I'm gonna do it anyway, and we'll see what happens. There's 2 main fears that tend to get in the way, and it's the fear of what other people think, and it's the fear of failure. So embarrassment and uncertainty. Maybe you wanna start posting videos on Instagram, but you're too scared of what other people are gonna say once you start actually posting. Maybe you wanna start a business, but you're too scared of what other people are gonna think of the business. Maybe you want to start dating somebody that your family or friends, they don't really like, and you're too afraid of their opinions. Ultimately, at the end of the day though, everybody's only focused on what they're doing and their goals and their dreams. So for you to be listening to other people and that's affecting why you do or do not do something for yourself, the only one that's harming is you. Because nobody else is affected except for you. But here's the part that not a lot of people will say. If you're so focused on those specific people that you're thinking of right now that are consistently going to drag you down based off of their opinions, then you're not focusing on the right people. Because realistically, if you want to start a business, no millionaire or entrepreneur is going to judge you for starting a business. If you want to post yourself singing, no musician's ever going to judge you for that, because everybody who's doing exactly what you want to be doing, just at a better level, will never judge you because they know the hardships and what it took for you to actually get there. And the fear of failing is probably one of the most reverse things I've ever heard, because failure is such a necessity in order to succeed. How'd you learn how to walk? Your parents put you on your feet and you fell and fell and fell until you finally got it. What about riding a bike or learning math? Everything you've ever done in life, you've failed first, and your failures over and over and over and over again is how you learn and how you level up in order to succeed. So don't let the fear of failing get in the way. You're supposed to fail. If you're currently in sales and you keep failing, but you don't have the right guide or mentors to help you find success, you don't have to do it alone. At 6 or 7, we've helped train and mentor thousands of people to become top producers in the sales industry. If you want more information on this, click the link below, make someone reach out. But let's get into the next topic. Number 2 is understanding that feeling ready does not exist. Because ready is a decision, it's not a feeling. So everyone that's like, I just don't feel ready, I can't do it, you're deciding not to be ready. The second shift is you start to figure it out. You don't figure it out and then start. When I first got into sales, I had no idea what I was doing. My first ever sales job, I was thrown on a door and I was like, figure it out. I knocked doors for my first sales job. I had no idea what I was doing. Same thing with my first ever business. When you're first starting off, whether it's in sales or relationship or business or realistically anything, you're gonna fail and fail and fail until you succeed. But the difference between successful people and people who stay stuck is how fast they bounce back after failing. I was going months on months on months trying to figure out camera equipment, how to make content, how to train people, how to get everything from my brain over into somebody else's. And I failed so many times. Nobody ever saw those times, but all those times taught me how to do it, because my mentality was I start to figure it out. If I had waited to have everything figured out before I started, I would have waited too long. And this leads me into my third shift, and it's fall in love with the journey. Because if you're so focused on the finish line, you're going to completely forget about the race. It should always be one foot in front of the other, not cut to the end. I realized that the most fulfilling part of success is not the end goal. It's all the many wins that you've stacked along the way. It's all the growth that you've had within yourself. It's all the growth you've seen within your students or the people that you help. And what that does is it grows your overall passion and love for what you do. The only thing I can really relate this to is life in general. Because we all know when we were young, our parents were like, enjoy being young. Don't try to grow up too fast. And it's so true, because everyone that's grown is like, I wish I could go back. Enjoy all the failures, enjoy the growth, enjoy the process. Don't try to race to the finish line. But the only people that will truly fall in love with a journey are the ones that are obsessed, not the ones that are just good or talented at what they do. Obsession beats talent every single time. I see this one in sales a lot. I see super talented sales reps burn out because they're just so good at what they do, but they're not obsessed. They're not putting in the extra hours. They're not training when they're not on sales calls. And what happens realistically is new reps, brand new people will outperform vets because they're just more obsessed. They're not any better than them. They just simply work harder and they just want it more. The thing is, you have to think about your goals 24/7. Even today, I go on a hawker walk every single day. I'll have my headphones on. I'll be so deep into my visions of what I want, my dreams, and what I need to accomplish that I will literally lose sight of everything else. I could be walking for an hour and lose track of time. Same thing when I'm sleeping. Like when I was first getting into sales, and still now, I'll lay on my pillow. I remember calling my business partner one night and being like, I can't even sleep because I'm just running objections through my brain over and over and over again because it's all I think about. Even when I'm with my family or friends or just anyone in general. If you've ever talked to me in the real world, I probably just talked to you about my goals or business or sales or the girls I mentor that are doing so incredibly good because it's all I think about. I'm completely in love and obsessed with what I do. So overall, you can be completely talented in what you do. But if you're not obsessed, you're gonna have burnout. And when you fail, which you will, your recovery speed is going to determine everything. Which leads me into my last shift, your ability to bounce back. For example, when I first made the transition into remote high-ticket sales from door to door, I remember I completely botched my first week. I botched a few calls and my self-confidence just went down the shitter. The calls, like the next week, there was just some calls where it was like, this lead is gonna be hard, I don't wanna take it, somebody else like have it. When in reality, that was the most selfish thing I could have done for myself because I was just avoiding the hard things. I wasn't able to bounce back from my failures. And ultimately it took obviously money out of my pocket, but it took a lot of a learning experience away from me. When in reality, I should have just went to my sales manager. I should have been like focusing more on studying and practicing and putting in the reps in order to make sure those botched deals never happened again. And what I realized is when you screw up, it should never be, I need to go and die into my little cave. It should always be like, okay, what can I do better? How can I learn from this? You act accordingly right then and there because the most successful people, they bounce back right away after failures. You see people like Elon Musk who publicly have rockets explode in front of people, but the next day he's right there again, rebuilding the rocket, seeing what he could do better from last time. How can he avoid what happened last time? There's literally no time to waste. Your self-moping because of a failure is doing nobody a disservice but yourself. Take accountability for your past failures. Everything you do in life is on you. It is always your fault. It is something you need to do to better yourself. Stop defining yourself by what you did in the past. The past is the past. It's out of your control. The only thing in your control is what you do next. You're going to get knocked down again and again and again, but it's the people who stand up and how fast they stand up that are actually different from the people who stay stuck. As soon as I went from a victim mindset to implementing these 5 different mindset shifts into my life, I saw the most growth within myself in the least amount of time. And I was actually able to view the world in such a different frame than I'd ever done before. And it's led me to so much success and confidence and growth within myself that has helped me in every aspect of my life. So if you're watching this, you don't have to have it all figured out. You're gonna be scared, but it's how fast you can accept your fear, get over it, get knocked down, get back up, and figure it out as you go. that's gonna help you ultimately find that next level of success. Now, if you're currently in sales and you want mentorship from 7-figure earners and you wanna get placed on 6 to 7-figure a month businesses, that way you can start stacking commissions and earning a name for yourself in the sales industry, click the link in my bio. If you want more information on the type of sales I'm in, click this video above, and I will see you guys on the next video.